right, congratulations. You made it to the final video. Woo, 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 woo. I'll insert a cool sound effect here. Cool. All right, so probability problems. Find the theoretical probability of flipping a coin and getting tails 3 times in a row. Write your answer as ratio fraction. Okay. Theoretical probability. This is before you even do the experiment. What, in theory, is the probability? So the probability of flipping a coin and getting tails just one time is 1 out of 2, because you want tails. And I mean, how many options are there when you flip a coin? There's just 2 options, heads and tails. So 1 out of 2 is what you want the first time, but this time it's 3 times in a row, which means those are 3 independent events. So the chance of getting tails 3 times in a row is 1/2 times 1/2 times 1/2, because you want it 3 times in a row. Now, we multiply across the top. 1 times 1 times 1 is 1, and then 2 times 2, 4 times 2 is 8. So the probability of getting tails 3 times in a row is 1 out of 8. A dog has barked 16 out of 20 times when the mailman comes to the neighborhood. Rude. What is the experimental probability that the next time the mailman comes, the dog will not bark? Write your answer as a percent. Okay, experimental probability. This is based on an experiment. What are the chances of something happening? Well, the dog barked 16 out of 20 times, which means there were 4 out of 20 times that the dog did not bark. Okay? There were 4 out of 20 times where the dog was silent. He was just lovely. Okay? So, what is the probability that the next time the mailman comes, the dog will not bark? It's going to be 4 out of 20, which simplifies, well, hold on. Oh my gosh, we need to write our answer as a percent. So I can quickly figure out what is 4 out of 20 as a percent. Well, let's see. 20 times 5 is 100, and 4 times 5 is 20. So there's a 20% chance that doggo will not bark at the mailman. All right, we have a bag of 5 blue marbles, 6 green marbles, and 4 red marbles. What is the probability of picking a blue marble and then red marble if you don't put the blue marble back in the bag? Oh my goodness, these are dependent events. You want to pick a blue, put it to the side, and then pick a red. What's the chance of that happening? So the probability of picking a blue marble first is 5, since there's 5 of them, out of, let's see, 5 plus 6 is 11, plus 4 is 15. Okay, that's the probability of picking blue. And then right after that, if you don't put that blue marble back in the bag, now you're down to 14 marbles. And now you want to pick a red one. Okay, and there's 4 red. So there you go. These are your 2 dependent events. Now, we can multiply across the top and multiply across the bottom, but I think we should simplify this. I'm going to simplify this fraction, dividing by 5, and get 1/3. And I'm going to simplify this fraction by dividing by 2 and get 2/7. Oh my gosh, that's so much nicer. So now I'm going to multiply 1/3 times 2/7, and that's going to give me my probability. So 1 times 2 is 2, and 3 times 7 is 21. And it doesn't say anything about writing it as a percent, so I'm just going to leave it as a ratio. So there's a 2 in 21 chance. All right. Mean, median, mode, and range. You guys kick butt at this, so I think I'm just going to be quiet and just insert a nice song while I'm solving this. There we go. So the range is 24, the mode is 10, the median is 11, and the mean is 18.8. All right. Drawing a box and whisker plot for the data set. All right, box and whisker plot. So the first thing I need to do is I need to put all of these in order, starting with my smallest, and then 6. I'm going to cross these off. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Then I've got 15. Wha-bam. Then I got 20. Wha-bam. Then I got 35. Bam. 41. Bam. 55. All right, now all this is in order. Lovely. So, this number line is going to be humongous. I'm going to put 5 here. I'm going to put 55 here. And you know what? I'm just going to go by 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55. All right, that was not so bad. All right, so I'm going to put a point here at my minimum value, a point here at my maximum value. I need to find my median. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh boy. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be my lower half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be my upper half. Now the thing is the median is somewhere right here. It's going to be the average, the mean of these two numbers. So what is between 10 and 15? So what you can do is you add 10 plus 15, which is 25, and then you divide 25 by 2. And when you do that, you get 12 and a half. So that is my median. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find 12 and a half somewhere here-ish. Oh yeah, because it's literally between here. That's my median. Now I'm going to find the median of my lower half, which is going to give me my lower quartile. Fancy word. 1, 2. Oh, yes. Okay, so 10 is my lower quartile. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. 35 is here. So that means now I draw my box. Oh, yuck. That is a terrible box. There's my median. Here's my box. Oh, right here. Okay. And then here are my whiskers, just like that. Okay. All right. On to exponents. We are so close to the end, my friends. Write the value in exponential form. So this means write your answers with exponents. So we've got 1, 2, 3. X to the third. We've got y to the second. Notice I'm not writing the multiplication sign in between because you do not need to. When you have two variables next to each other, that means you are multiplying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, z to the fifth. And I can leave my answer just like that. X to the third, y to the second, z to the fifth. Okay, coming here to our integer exponents. Woo, earthquake. All right, so negative 6 to the second power means I'm going to make negative whatever 6 to the second power is. 6 times 6 is 36. So my answer is going to be negative 36. All right, coming here, we're going to simplify. We have a negative exponent right away. That means my answer is going to be 1 over, and then it's going to be 4 to the third power. So it's going to be 1 over 4 times 4 times 4. So my final answer, is 1 over 64. That is 4 to the negative third simplified. All right. Ooh, whoa, PEMDAS up in here. Okay. So this is order of operations with negative exponents. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to clean up what's inside the parentheses. So I've got 5/16 minus 2 to the negative third power. So I got to clean that up even more. So negative third power means I have 1 over 2 to the third power. Remember, that's not 6. 2 to the third power is 8. So if I rewrite this, I have 5/16 minus 1/8. All right, now I need to find a common denominator. I'm going to multiply times 2 to get 16. So I have 5/16 minus 2/16. So my final answer for this PEMDAS problem is 3/16. All right, here we go. Writing our answer in exponential form. So multiplying powers, we are going to add the exponents together. We keep the base and we add 6 plus 7. X to the 13th is our final answer. So again, we keep the same base and we're going to add the exponents. -4 plus 9 is 5. So b to the 5th. Same thing. I keep the base, 3, and then I'm going to add -5 plus 3, which is -2. All right, that is multiplying powers. So now we're going to come here. Now we're going to divide the powers. So the rule for dividing powers is you subtract the exponents. You keep the base, 6, and you're just going to subtract 5 minus 2. 6 to the 3rd. And we're going to keep all of these in exponential form, so you don't have to figure out what 6 to the 3rd power is. Okay, a lot of people put stars next to these problems. Watch and learn, my friends, because I also saw a lot of mistakes here. So our answer is going to be 3 to a power times 2 to a power. So it's going to be 3 to the 4 minus, this is not 3 to the 0, that's 3 to the 1st power. So 4 minus 1 is 3. So 3 to the 3rd times 2, and now we've got our 2, 5 minus 7 is -2. And that is your final answer right there. All right, so again, I'm going to keep my base. We're dividing powers. So -9 minus -9. -9 minus -9. Not -18, my friends. -9 becomes, -9 minus -9 becomes -9 plus +9, which gives you 8 to the 0 power, which just equals 1. I'm going to put a star by that because I have a feeling some people might make a mistake. All right, the final thing. We are there. There's it. Look at that. There's no more pages after this. You've come a long way. All right, taking a power to a power. For this property of exponents, what you do is you multiply your powers. So x to the 5 times 2 is x to the 10th power. Here we have x, so we're going to keep x, and now we multiply 4 times -1, which is -4, just like that. I'm going to keep my base, 5. 5 to the 0 times 8 is 0. So you have 5 to the 0, which simplifies to 1. And last but not least, you have b, and then the -6 times -7 is +42. That's it. That's it. The end.